You walk into the room with a positive feel about you. If you're asked questions, you answer in a strong voice so we can hear you and that you sound like someone that's confident within themselves.
Yeah.
Now you may not be, but still you have to, we want to see, we want to see how you can present yourself because that's kind of a performance as well.
Yeah, that's great. So it gives the performer confidence and it also gives you guys confidence in them. Yeah.
Exactly, because there's so many distractions. We're all insecure. We all have things, am I good enough? Are they going to accept me or not? But if you make a good impression and you are sound like you're enjoying what you're doing, it will be good.
Yeah.
You'll sound good.
Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome back to our channel, The Free Range Musician.
We hope you guys are staying safe and healthy in the wake of COVID-19 and still making music at home and continuing to do what you do.
For today's video, we have interviewed two college professors at USC, Dr. Timm and Dr. Kristy Morrell. They've both been auditioning and accepting students for decades, so they're both extremely familiar with the admission process for music students.
Yeah, Errol and I both wish we had known what teachers were looking for when we were auditioning for music school, and so we wanted to bring those tips to you guys so you have this as a resource.
This video should give you guys some direction for upcoming undergraduate and graduate music auditions.
I'm here today with Professor Timm, who teaches oboe at USC. How long have you been teaching here?
31 years.
31 years, great. And do you do anything else outside in LA?
For a long time. I just retired a few years ago from playing.
Yeah.
But I had a big, active career here, both in symphonies around, and I also made 150 movies.
Oh wow.
Did the soundtracks for movies.
That's great.
So I was for most of this time, up until 3 years ago, I was still playing, consistently.
Yeah. Hi, so I'm here today with my teacher, Dr. Kristy Morrell.
Hello.
And so how long have you been teaching at USC?
I've been teaching at USC for 27 years.
Great, and then what do you do outside of teaching here?
I play in the Los Angeles Chamber Orchestra, and I do freelance work, some recording work, and I teach at the Thornton School.
Great, so today we're going to be talking about what teachers look for in auditions and what the audition process is like for students. So what do you look for in an audition?
Well, when I hear an undergraduate audition, I look for potential, mostly. And I have to be able to see it within the 10 or 15 minutes that I have in a room with you. So I look for someone's ability to count with precision, to turn a phrase, play the horn with proper fundamentals, which means a very good sound, good intonation. I would rather hear you play something simple and have you play it very, very well than to have you bring me Strauss II or something very complex and not play it well at all. I am not impressed by difficult repertoire played poorly.
We'd rather you play a piece that you own, that you can really play well. That is more important to us to hear that, rather than play something hard because you think that would impress us.
Yeah.
We're impressed by whether you own the piece and really know it and seem comfortable with it. That impresses us.
That's great. How many people are usually in your audition room with you adjudicating?
3. There's 2 others and myself.
Okay, so just the teachers? You don't bring in any
No,
students?
three of us are sitting at a big desk, a big table, and we have all the information in front of us, and it looks very formal, but we try to get across to them that it's actually kind of informal. We greet them, we talk to them,
great.
and sometimes, like, we might say after they play one, you might say something like, "That was good. Could you try it again? This time, like, do it a little slower." And we might do. It's kind of like that, a little bit more informal than it is like come in and play and leave.
So do you think you do that, ask them to play it a different way? Do you do that to see how teachable they are, or is it more just because they played it differently than how you like it?
Exactly both of those things.
Okay.
We want to see, because that's what conductors do.
Yeah.
Conductors, if a conductor asks you to do something to change, you better be able to do it.
Yeah, definitely.
And so we kind of are aware of that, So.
Perfect. Great. So how many people are usually in your audition room with you?
So here at USC, we would always have myself and the other faculty member, Steve and him. And then we invite our doctoral students to sit on the panel as well. So that's 2 or 3 other students. I'd like to have one undergraduate always in the room in case the person auditioning has a question about student life as an undergraduate. So I'd like to have a lot of people there. It would never be just me and that person in the room for an audition.
I think if they're smart, they will try to schedule a lesson with the teacher that they want.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good idea because it lets us know really what level you are in,
Yeah.
and also how you are as a person.
So do you think that lesson is also for you to measure them as a student in addition to them measuring you as a teacher? And
Right.
deciding
It's
that?
exactly what it is.
Yeah.
And yeah, you summed it up perfectly. It's kind of both of it, and to see how we work together. What they think of us. Mostly, if it's done before the audition, it's mostly good for them because they can play their audition material in advance for us,
Yeah.
and we'll tell them what you need to work on,
Yeah.
and that's helpful
Really
to
helpful.
the student. Really helpful
For sure.
to the student.
For
Yeah.
sure.
We all know all about being nervous. We try to hear what's underneath the nerves.
Yeah, that's good.
And we're all 3 of us are very experienced, and so we know if there's real talent there, but they're a little nervous, we're not going to really count that much against them.
Yeah, definitely. I know I had problems with that when I was auditioning,
Yeah.
and so I think the audition process, at least for me, helped me get over it because I realized that it wasn't just a blind audition. Usually the teachers would talk to you, and I think it helps a lot.
Right, and believe me, everybody's been there. Whoever you're auditioning for, they know all about nerves. It's
Yeah.
something that we have a lot of compassion for. And so that they should never worry that they're nervous,
Yeah.
no matter what, because once they get in there, what often usually happens is you play a little bit and then the nerves kind of dissipate. You're focusing on what you're doing.
Yeah.
So if there's initial nerves or something like that, that'll pass anyway.
Yeah.
So I always tell my high school students that I teach, you actually need to have all of this repertoire completely finished by September of your senior year. You need to do a recital of that repertoire, and then you need to start doing mock auditions of your repertoire for anybody who will sit down long enough to listen. So that way, by the time you come to wherever, you've done this so many times that it's like, oh, I know how this goes, and this will be great because it's over.
So the only way to own a piece is probably, months in advance,
Yeah.
maybe. And I'll tell you this, I have one of the great oboe teachers named John Mack, who is in the Cleveland Orchestra. He even all through his career and well into his career, 50, 60 years old, he was still playing the Cleveland Orchestra, principal oboe. And at a lesson with him once, I said, you have all these marks in pencil down the side of your thing. He'd do 4 marks and then a line across, and then 4 marks and a line across. And these are things that he had played 100 times, Tchaikovsky 4 Symphony solo, something like that. He said, I play it, even though I've played it 100 times, let's say we're playing it next week or something, I practice it and I have to play it 5 times absolutely perfectly, and that I consider really well played, then I make 1 mark.
Tallies it. Oh, that's
5
funny.
times on 1 mark. So if you try that on 5 bars, playing that 5 bars perfectly 5 times is quite the challenge. And the way he looked at things was that's you have to know things that well. And then if you're nervous, if you're not nervous, it doesn't matter if they wake you up at 3 o'clock in the morning and shove an oboe in your face, now play it, you'd be able to play it. I mean, it's that kind of preparation.
These teachers have offered some great tips and insight on how to do well in a college music audition and how to get into music school.
Remember to subscribe down below and let us know what you think in the comments.
If you have any questions about auditioning, feel free to reach out in the comments, email, or DM us on Instagram.
Now for our songs of the week. My song is Partly by Ellie Williams.
And my song is Bridges by Kyle Lux. Go stream No Roof Access.
Thank you guys for watching today.
Now, as we always say, go make some music.